Hello and welcome to Caravan Salon 2022. This is the very first vehicle that I am doing at Caravan Salon this year. This is the Innova Road Trip. This is on a 4x4 basis, and this has been built for a distributor in Chemnitz in Eastern Germany, and it looks pretty good from the outside. And seeing as I'm here, I actually want to start off by showing you the color scheme, which I find quite attractive. I like the way they've done this, so their logo up there. I don't like the name Allroad because Allrad in German means off-road, but never mind that. That's the company in Chemnitz could have thought of that. I like the finish of this. I like the color scheme. I like black as a color, and they've got these things for getting you out the mud or the sand, and there we have, they are Taklamakan 4x4. I suppose Taklamakan is a mountain or something, and at the back we've got a spare wheel, but one of these ones, rather expensive off-road wheels. And this is a rack. Actually, what you do is you sort of hang your stuff on there, so that you could have spare fuel or water or dog food or whatever, and you sort of hang it up there. So the shortish Mercedes under 6 meter vehicle, and we've got the racks as well on the roof. Let's have a look inside, and I'll show you. Got this rather nice step and coming up, and let's have a walk around. Now, this vehicle has been set up for the night, and afterwards I shall show you a vehicle which hasn't been set up for the night. So you've got the comparison of the two, what they both look like. So looking around here, we've got a bit of storage. So I'll show you this one here. There you go, storage in there. Now this is this part here is quite standard. There you go, 3 burners, so that's standard. What about this though? This is less standard. There you go. There's one of these in the sink. What's that there for? Well, I'm going to leave that as a mystery, and you can think about that one for the moment, and I bet you get the wrong answer. Under here we've got the same fridge as I've got in my vehicle, and it comes with some beer, and next to that, of course, there's a bit of storage as well, like that. Now the flooring here is handmade, and I went to their factory in 2019, and you can see a video I did there of the flooring being made. Let's have a quick look under the bed. There you go. There's a quick look under the bed at what it looks like down here, but we won't unmake the bed. I'll show you that in a different vehicle. Now here we've got something very unusual, a toilet. Toilets are unusual, but this one here is the waterless toilet, and let's open it up a bit. Look at that. So what you do, you've got plastic bags in here, and you can urinate into a plastic bag. They've got a tablet which sort of foams up, and it does its thing, and then the idea is to dispose of the plastic bag somewhere. Now I did a video from the manufacturers last year at Caravan Salon, and that will give you a much greater detail of how this system works. Now I personally have doubts onto it. Other people also have doubts about it, but not people who've tried it, so I need to point that one out. So I think those of us who prefer a traditional toilet, but maybe if we try it out, then we'd prefer it. Obviously the thing is, I think that people find that they can dump plastic bags anywhere, which they can't do with cassette toilets. Now, should you where the plastic bag rubbish goes, I am unable to say. I suppose it goes in with the general rubbish, but anyway, we'll have to find out see the manufacturer if here, and talk to them and some more. Anyway, so having said all that, the toilet will actually move around like that and giving you more room in the shower. And you see there's also up here you've got a window in the roof, as well as a bit of storage. And let's have a, if I go in there, there's me. I've gone in the shower. I'm going to turn the camera around, and you can see it's okay. This, bear in mind, this is under 6 meters, so I've got that much space. There we go. I'm 1.75 meters and 6 meters in length. So there is, you know, if you're really tall, then obviously you need a different vehicle. But for somebody of my height, or even a bit higher, then this should be okay. And look, we've got all this space down here in further. All this space in the shower. Put the thing back round. So I think that's all positive. Right here we've got a little bit more storage. There you go. It's not very big as far as wardrobes are concerned, and below as well. Although this one won't open very far because of the chair. You can have a little look in there. It gives you a little bit more storage here. So under 6 meters in length, which is the thing which is above all interesting. Let's have a look at it in a different position and layout now. So I like the colour of this one as well. I like green. It's well, it depends for what. I think it's my favourite colour, but of course it depends for. I wouldn't want a green suit, for example. Come to that, I wouldn't want a black suit either. So this is what it looks like during the day. So this is a different, slightly different in colour scheme. If you've seen earlier models, or earlier videos of mine or others, then the table has been changed. It's much thinner and lighter now. So you've got this very modern look to it. You've got this bit here, this step up. So you see the table is used to make the bed with. And if I come down here, you can have a look at the storage in here. See, it's quite deep. And also at the back.
Der Fahrer des Wagens mit dem Kennzeichen Mainz Friedrich 4080E wird dringend gebeten, das Fahrzeug umzustellen.
Now, we've got this here which is sucking air out, or it can suck air in. It depends on what you want to do, if you want ventilation or if it's too hot. And this is, admittedly this is on the minimum level, but it's very quiet. I mean, you could leave that on at night and it wouldn't be particularly noisy. You can turn it round to give you quite a breeze, but that's much noisier. Now, there we see we have got the table, but you can see the cover for the sink has gone. So that might answer the question what it was earlier. The sink cover also doubles up as a tabletop. So the stalk is stored elsewhere, and then you just move the tabletop from there to there. Obviously that's sort of designed for having coffee or other things when you're sort of sitting up front, and it's a good place to sit. And you know, if you got a swing out telly or something like that, you could sit there and watch the television. Let's have a look in here. Oh, I'll show you. I'll just demonstrate it for you. In fact, oh, so this comes up like that. See, it's got Now, in here, we've got a different, so there's a more traditional toilet, and from Dometic, and this was a special request. The interior here of the client, it's a bit like a coppery metallic colour. I think it looks quite nice actually, and I do appreciate it's a matter of taste, depends what you want. So, and other than that, of course, the toilet is the same. In fact, everything's the same, it's just sort of, or nearly everything. So the waterless toilet obviously is an option, and that will add a couple of thousand to the price. We'll have a look inside this one as well, just to see another colour scheme inside. This one here's got the storage above, which the others didn't. In here we've got the electronic, the waterless toilet. I say electronic. What it is because you press a button to and the bags seal themselves. It's not an open bag which you're urinating into. And there you've got this different colour scheme inside. So the reason there's a bit of mess around is because the stands here are being set up. So tomorrow, or rather in 2 days' time, when public get in, tomorrow's the professionals' day. Tomorrow it'll be much tidier, and on when the public get in, it'll be very tidy. So here you've got the rear. There's your electronics, Victron equipment, and on the other side, there's your gas cupboard. 2 gas cylinders in there. Heating is via gas. A little pocket in the door. Why don't I take you on a little walk around this hall? So now here we've got Sprite by Swift caravans, and there aren't many caravans here, so it's a bit unusual that I should actually show you the caravans as being the first other stand, but that is just a bit of a coincidence. Here now in this hall, it's mainly camper vans. Mainly, I said. There are some motorhomes as well. Here we've got some more off-road kit. This here, that Norance, which I believe is from Spain, and a rather attractive looking. But I like this one here with the shape of the roof, which has been added to it. I think that's a very practical way of doing things. And have a look at also the flare they put on this one here. So you see, flare sort of comes out. There's a number of companies doing it. It's harder to do on the right side because that's where the door is. But if we come round here, you can see the flare on the left side, the driver's side, is much larger. Now here's one. I like the looks of this one. I think that's a very unusual looking van. Next one. So, and it's the lightest in its class, it says. Let's come round to the front of it. So it's on. Yeah, it's very, very unusual build. I'll do a separate video of that one. And so here's somebody who hasn't turned up. Company at Mercus Camper. They're built in Poland, near Warsaw, and are sold. I've only ever seen them in Germany. There's more and more of these trailers now. There's quite a lot, and this is an unusual looking trailer. There you are, Van Your Life, easygoing.com. very long one, that, I think. Now, last year, one of the most unusual vehicles that I have ever seen came from this company, also from Spain, from Bilbao, Pamplona, sorry, Fergoc. And once more, we'll have to see that in a separate video because it's not yet ready to be seen. Here's Affinity, for which I have done a number of videos. This company, Road Surfer, these are rental vehicles. So, and they've got a very large amount of vehicle, a very large amount of places which one can rent them. So, and it's easy to find. I suspect they got some major investment fund behind them because they bought a lot of stuff. I proposed to them that they worked with me, but they weren't interested. So, and despite them not being interested, I see you still talk about them, because at the end of the day, I've got to show you what's available. And so, Vanestro here, also from Poland. And okay, now last year, Purcell introduced some of these Mercedes models using the name Vanster. Even though it's a friend of mine who I think was responsible for the project, I think it's a bit of a misunderstanding as to it's, you know, I do appreciate that you might want something you can put in a garage, use it every day. I do appreciate all that. You might be some business person who needs to travel a lot, and therefore you make a bed inside your vehicle, and you've got a fridge, you've got a way of cooking, and bit of a sink. But you know, for give you the price here, 81,000. You know, well, I've given you the I've given you the four. I've given you the against now. I think you've got the against and the four. I think I've given that as well. Okay, Purcell, which is a comparatively cheap brand of vehicles. Sorry, it was a comparatively cheap brand. It then started producing other brands to make it cheaper. It's like, for example, Globe Car, which is a brand of Purcell. And then they found that they wanted an even cheaper one, which is this one over here, Clever Vans. Now, last year there was a van which cost 30,000 euros, and there were, I mean, there's one person got over 1 million views on a 30,000 euro van. Thing is, they didn't produce many of them, and now let's just do some thinking on this one. If you've got a van that costs 30,000, well, the dealer is going to need a bit of cash. So let's say the dealer gets 10%, which is far less than what they normally do, but let's just say, and of that you've also got VAT added on. So you're now down to around 22,000 euros. Now, my question is, what do you think an empty van costs? Now, I do appreciate they're buying in large quantities from Citroën, but just have a get. An empty van with none of the stuff inside. And bear in mind, normally it's the stuff inside which is the expensive bit. So, now, not the only logic that I can think of as to why they did this was because the other than get publicity for the company, is the options which are where the costs are. So it was 30,000 plus 2,000, I think, was for delivery. 32,000. So that's what you had to pay. Anyway, one thing I've got to say on my channel is maybe I'm not the best filmer in the world. I certainly am not. Don't film very well, and maybe I don't speak all that well. But one thing you'll get from me, you'll get the truth, you'll get the reality. And in my opinion, that you know, offering a van 30,000, then producing maybe 50 of them, which I believe is what they actually did, when you've got far more people interested, and then the dealers are not able to get the stock, that is not a good idea. That's just my opinion there. And anyway, maybe more on that on a different video. So here we've got this mountain camper, which comes from Nowe Miasto in Poland. And so I'll film this one as well a bit later. In fact, I'll film just about everything a bit later if I can. It's not always that easy to film things. And so here we've got Moveo, which I know has got something new, although when I look at the things it's got, I can't see what's actually new about it. I'll just stick this one here round the corner and we can have a bit of a look inside. There you go. What do you think of that? Right, what do you see here, which is a bit unusual? Got this bench. What's the point of that? Well, we'll have a think about that one. And another thing I'd like to state, I'm not going to give it a go, but these toilets like this, I have seen so many which do not work, even in very expensive vehicles, and this is probably not one of the most expensive vehicles. I don't think they're a good idea, and you know, admittedly it's not like a bed that comes down over the driving compartment and then fails to work, so you can't move the vehicle. I mean, if you can't move the toilet, either you're not going to use the toilet or not going to use the shower. But I don't think, on the whole, it's a good, and this is based on experience. So I'm seeing things broken. So this says time to move. Oh, there's a lot of people over there talking, so I won't bother them. And right, this company here, Juliette Camper. Now this has got a rather curious. I'll show you the flare on this. So this thing here, so it's sort of, this bit here already comes out, you see, it's already out in this part, but when it comes here, so this will come out a bit to allow this flare. Right, on the other side, of course, it's going to be bigger. That's normal. Anyway, so let's see if there's no one in here. We'll just have a nip around and have a look inside. And so you see it's got a bed that goes up and down and plenty of space below. And let's have a look at the flare here in action. You see, so it's there and that goes down there, but you see there is a gap between the two. And of course on this side it's pretty large as well. Okay, here we have, I think, one of the most curious vehicles of last year, the Viala Grande, if that's how it's pronounced. And you can have a look inside. Oh, and the Viala Grande here, what I find particularly curious about this is here we've got this enormous shower there and toilet, and there's somebody inside, so I won't bother them, but for a vehicle of this size, I think that's quite good. And what's also interesting is somebody else is filming it, sorry. And it's got a huge amount of space inside, so I find that one there quite attractive. Here, this one here, MTC Camper, that is electric, so it's on the Ford, and turning around. Okay, Rocket Camper, which I think is a rather odd their layouts. There's a dog. And this more or less brings me back to almost to where I started out from. And you can see here people sort of working, setting stuff up, and it's a huge amount of work to set stuff up. But the problem is it's putting it away, which is even worse in my opinion. So good, I'm back to where we started from, and this is the Innova Road Trip. And so thanks very much for watching. I hope you found that of interest, and there will be a lot more vehicles I'm showing you from here, from Caravan Salon, and as always every year. And so thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll just show you this thing here. See, I've been doing some weightlifting. I'll see if I can lift this rock up by myself. Oh, look at that strength, lifting this rock by myself. Oh, look at that. It's like the $6 million man. There we go. Right, so having demonstrated my strength to you, you won't want to be starting any fights with me. So thanks very much for watching, and all the best from me here in Dusseldorf.